Friends, Greg Newmaster coming at you again with another action figure review. Today I have Star Wars, the Vintage Collection, the best collection, in my humble opinion. Director Orson Krennic from Rogue One. If you like the video, please like and subscribe and help me to build my channel. Man, I just rewatched Rogue One last night. Such a great Disney era Star Wars movie. Just the story was really good. It was one that I think needed to be told, and it was very interesting. All the characters were fantastic, and then we get Vader unleashed, and man, what a treat. My only critique is I wish he was in there a little bit more, and we get Grand Moff Tarkin is in it, even though he's like really weirdly CGI'd. That's another critique. If they had the face swap technology that they have now, it would have been even better. But it was such a great treat to see Tarkin. And the greatest treat of all is just seeing the end scene of Darth Vader just cut loose. But let's get on to the man of the moment, Krennic. Played by the fantastic, terrific, wonderful Ben Mendelsohn, or Mendelssohn. I'm not sure exactly how you say his last name correctly. He plays such a good Weasel. He's such a great Weasley actor. He's a fantastic actor in general. He was in The Dark Knight Rises. He was in The Place Beyond the Pines. He's been in a lot of good movies. But anyhow, Director Krennic, just such a great villain. I actually enjoy him more than Grand Admiral Thrawn at this point. Thrawn, I don't know. There's nothing that really stands out about him in the live action right now as compared to all the mythology or legends built up in those previous stories like Heir to the Empire. And granted, reading a book is way different than watching a performance. So anyhow, Director Krennic, awesome. And just the scene where Vader chokes him out and like, don't choke on your aspirations, and we get a nice Vader quip or pun, which was really fun to see. Some people didn't like that. I liked it. But anyhow, really happy to get this figure. Let's bust him out. Let's get on with the review. I'm sure you've had enough of me blabbing. For some reason, whenever I get these brand new figures, they're always dusty. They just get dusty in the mail. Anyhow, here is the card. Really nice image from the film. I love his outfit. Such a great Imperial outfit, the white and the black. Very regal. Just a really nice outfit. I just enjoy it. It's really cool looking, in my opinion. Great Halloween costume. Maybe I'll do that next year. Here is the back of the card. They switched it up. Now they show the image of the figure on the back, which I think is kind of silly. I prefer when they show the figures in the wave. That was always a really exciting thing when you were a little kid and you would get figures or vehicles and they'd show all the different figures in the series or in the wave. And you're like, yeah, I want that one, and I don't have that one, but I have that one. And it just really hyped you up. So I think this is actually a poor marketing strategy, from my opinion. But anyhow, VC302, Director Orson Krennic, cruel but brilliant. Director Krennic has staked his reputation on the completion of the long-delayed Death Star project for the Emperor. The Death Star. Yeah, I mean, just the origin of the Death Star. What a great story. The origin of the weakness. Jyn Erso's father. Just great. Played by Mads Mikkelsen. So let's bust this out. I already cut the pill. Let's see what we got here. See if I can pull his blaster out. Oh, There goes my He-Man in the background. Sorry about that. All right, let's see here. Really nice, unique looking blaster. And I like the fact that just the little details are what matter. They painted, there's a little bit paint details on the handle, gold sort of copper look. Really nice. Just a unique looking blaster, so I appreciate that. What do we got here? So we have a vinyl plastic cape. I understand why they do it, but I prefer soft good capes. So here's Grand Inquisitor. He has a nice soft goods cape. I enjoy this. I like it. I like that it moves and it can flow and you can put him in a vehicle if you wanted to. This is very, very old school to me. I'm not a fan, but it looks nice, and that's the point. But I would have way preferred this that went over his shoulders and it was soft goods. So maybe they'll do that in the future. Sometimes they do that, which is annoying, and I just wish they would do that initially. Blaster goes in the holster. Oh, as I dropped it, put that in there real quick. Great details. Items on his belt, some sort of ammunition, I would imagine. There's his ranks, his badge on his shirt, on his tunic. Great likeness. Looks just like him. I mean, this is 3.75 inches. You know, I love small figures, and like this quality now. Like how accurate they get the details of people. I don't know. I love it. I love the size because it doesn't take too much space up in a room to display. You can get big vehicles and you can put the figures in there. So you can also have the figures in the vehicles. For instance, I love my Thundercats figures. But look at that. That's a 7-inch figure compared to a 4-inch figure. And the Thundercats are a very vehicle-heavy brand. Same with Masters of the Universe, you know. You could get a good scaled Castle Grayskull, and it doesn't have to be the biggest thing in the world. You could have the original scale of what kids had with Castle Grayskull, but just make 4-inch figures that look great, have proper articulation, and it's the best of all worlds, in my opinion. So I love 3.75-inch scaled figures, especially with, look at that articulation. We got torso movement. We got crunch. It's not just classic, just like a rotation in the hips. Great movement in the shoulders. We got about 90 degrees, but you can easily make it more than that, which they do, depending on the figure. We have wrist rotation. We got the vertical hinge for holding guns and weapons, which I love, you know? Like, look at that posing. You would never hold a gun like that. But you know what I'm saying? What else? I mean, we got neck articulation. Like a double jointed neck articulation. Like, what innovations, what modern marvels of engineering and technology, you know? And they could do it this precise at this scale. Like, beautiful sculpt. Like, look at these baggy German looking pants from World War II. We got bend in the knee. We got a thigh cut. His tunic is like the soft vinyl, which I do appreciate. In the past, they made this like solid. You couldn't even bend their legs. We got the T-joints. Gotta love the T-joints in the hips. The perfect joints for legs. We got ankle hinge up and down. And then we also have pivot. So it's like you could get all the dynamic posing. You can have fun with them. You know, if you still play with your action figures. I always love that scene in Spaceballs when Dark Helmet gets walked in on while he's playing with his action figures. He's like, "Did you see anything?" He's like, "No, sir, I did not see you playing with your dolls again." He's like, good. You know, I'm sure that's how all of us 80s and 90s kids feel now as we collect our action figures and make these videos, but I'm not ashamed of it. I'm going to own it. I love it. I love these. It's the best time to be alive to collect action figures. So anyhow, director Krennic, great articulation. The outfit looks good. Look at the hair, even the gray in the hair with the paint apps, the likeness. Look at that face. Looks just like Ben. It's great. Here he is compared to Moff Jared. They have similar pants. Looks like a similar sculpt. They didn't give him his little black hat that he had in the beginning. He does wear a little black, like, Imperial hat in the beginning of the film. Like I said, I'm just not a fan of the sculpted capes. I like soft goods. I think this would have been way better if it was soft goods. Here he is next to Grand Admiral Thrawn. I actually didn't give Thrawn the proper pants, in my opinion. I was pretty confident that Thrawn had the German-looking sort of saddlebag pants, but I don't know. That's just how they made this new one. So anyhow, director Orson Krennic, great figure, played by a great actor in a great movie. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and God bless you all. Peace.